Good evening and welcome to the very heart of the Docklands in Bristol. Cormac and Micki from The Answer.
Hello there.
How you doing?
Yeah, we're here literally on board the Thekla tonight. How's the tour been thus far?
It's been good. It's quite early days. We've done Blackpool, Birmingham, and then yesterday we had a day off and we did 2 in-store gigs in Nottingham and one here in Bristol as well to kind of get everybody excited about the gig tonight here on the boat here, you know. So Blackpool was great. It was just a great feeling to be back up at the beginning of another phase in the Answer's career, I suppose, you know. And it was a little bit nerve-wracking, you know. We were still there were a few endings and stuff we still weren't entirely sure about, so it was one of those ones that there was kind of 10% of danger there, which always makes for a good exciting show.
Yeah,
keeps you on your toes, you know.
On the edge.
Yeah, because I mean, it's been best part of 7 years since the last album that preceded Solas, and I guess, you know, what happened to precipitate the hiatus and what brought you back together?
I mean, it was mostly because we just, I think, in our lives and our personal lives, we just needed a break from album tour. We did that from 2005 till 2017ish.
Because you hit the ground running, was it? 6 albums in a 10-year space?
Yep.
That's a lot of commitment.
You know, 150, 200 odd shows a year, you know, every year. So just got to a point, we were all doing our own thing as well. You know, we all work in music, doing our own projects, so it was time to just take a break, refresh. But we didn't, to be honest, we didn't really stop. We were still writing. You know, we were still swapping riffs and ideas the whole time. And then, you know, our record label decided to sign us again, and we were like, all right, that's a good excuse for us to get back together.
Let's get the band back together, literally in the Blues Brothers style.
Very much. That's the name of our WhatsApp group. Putting the band back together.
Sweet. So the phone call come a couple of years ago, I understand, during the COVID period?
Before 2019, I think it was, or 2018.
Just before, yeah. Like we had 2 kind of week-long sessions back in the room together, writing, you know, just kind of getting things up and running, and we were starting to pick up a head of steam, and then COVID happened and everything shut down, and it was a bit of a shock to the system, as it was for everybody across the world, but we found a way of working through it. You know, we would work on a lot of stuff remotely, and then anytime there was an opportunity to get the guys home from England, Micki's in and Paris for Paul, you know, the travel restrictions, as you know, would be raised from time to time.
Yeah.
So it was like, right, let's get back in the room, and we were going into the room with all these kind of pre-developed ideas that we've done remotely via email, and we all have our own kind of studio setups where we live, and we were able to kind of keep the creativity going, whereas when we were told, you know, there's not going to be any gigs forever, you know, you're not going to be allowed out of your town forever. You know, initially, again, like a lot of different people, I'm sure, thought, what are we expected to do here, you know, but you find a way.
That's for sure. I mean, you've come out the fantastic album. I listened to it this afternoon for the first time. Sundowners, released quite appropriately on St Patrick's Day.
Yeah, you know, I think we were always kind of gearing for a release in and around March time, so we thought it's an easy day to remember for us all.
Absolutely, you know, celebrate with a pint of Guinness.
Yeah, it's a good excuse to have a pint and you know, make sure the lighting guy has some nice green lighting going on and things like that, you know. So it's been a bit of crack actually. We were in Birmingham for the day of the release on St Patrick's Day, and it was really good atmosphere around the place.
Yeah, because you know, what was the writing, you know, the creativity drive behind Sundowners, and what ideas did you want to explore?
I think stripping it back to where we all our own common ground was basically just fuzzy blues rock. You know, that's what when we first got together when we were all 18, 19, that's what we did. So we decided that's just what we're going to do. We're just going to work on good riffs, leave loads of space for Cormac to do his thing, and just throw out as many ideas as possible. But you know, a lot of work went into crafting the songs. There's a lot of to and fro between all of us over Zoom, and you know, every way we could, and I do think it made the process a bit easier in a way, because we weren't just in the rehearsal room coming up with too many ideas all at once. It's like, okay, we've got like 15 songs or ideas, let's just focus in on them.
Yeah, that key point focal.
Yeah. So that, I think that was pivotal in making it, you know, the record that it is. Yeah.
Because to me, it starts that sort of grainy, fuzzy sort of intro, and then just drives on. Yeah. You know, it's sort of, you're taking the likes of Led Zeppelin, the Black Crows, and then just chucking them in the swamp.
That sounds just about right.
I love that. I love it, man. You know, and you know, was that kind of the driving force behind the setup of the set list, so to speak, for the tour.
Set list definitely. There's a lot of new material in there, you know. So I suppose in some ways we're asking quite a lot from our audience, but at the same time, I think the audience are going to get the best version of us playing as much of this new material as we can, because we're really excited about it, and it really does represent where the band's at right now, you know. And like, I mean, we're not a tribute band, you know. We feel like the music that we're putting out now has relevance to who we are as humans and artists, you know, and you want to kind of represent that aspect of what we're all about whenever we're getting up on stage every night. So don't get me wrong, there's loads of songs from the back catalogue as well, but we're playing a pretty new material heavy set.
Yeah, because I read a review, I think it was Maximum Volume reviewed you guys up in Birmingham, and he observed quite correctly you could have just put out a greatest hits and no one would have blinked an eye and you'd have walked away, but you've gone into this really brave showcasing. I think there's something like it's over half a dozen tracks from the new album.
I think it's 7.
Yeah. You know, which I think is incredibly brave, but it's also
but as well, it's like you got to remember we're doing this, and every band and artist should do it for themselves first, you know, and like I say, we're excited to get up and play our new material, you know, and hopefully that feeds into the excitement from the audience, and they can pick up on the energy. And like, I know whenever I go to see a band, I don't want to see a band that's just going through the motions. I want to see a band that are very passionate about what they do, you know, and hopefully that's what Bristol will get tonight.
Fingers crossed, because you get that symbiotic relationship, stage, audience,
you do,
and fans.
Our audience is very much like that too. You have to really deliver for them, you know. And plus, you know, we want to deliver for them. We want the room to be partying, but you know, that's the whole point of it.
I'm pretty sure it will be.
Yeah.
I just can't wait to hear this new material live, because I think that's the real litmus test for rock and roll.
Yeah, and I mean, the beautiful thing about all the material in this record is, on the record we had an amazing keys player come in, and we had some amazing gospel backing singers come in and do their thing, but we tracked it very much as a 4-piece, you know. There's very few overdub guitars, and we're really not relying on the studio to fill out the sound too much. It literally is the sound that we make in the room, you know, so all of that is very transferable to the stage, and when we get up there as the 4-piece that we are.
Because ultimately that's the pointed end, the business end of the whole thing.
And
going forward from the tour, obviously you're looking forward to next week for hopefully a chart position in the rock charts, and hopefully a continuation of your success in the album charts.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great start now. Sales have been good, and the feedback, very importantly from our support base, has been very positive, you know, and lots of great reviews coming through. So we just need, you know, our support base to get out there and just support us as best they can, you know. Buy the record if they can afford it, you know, spread it to their friends, let people know about the answer, and we'll see where it takes us.
Because it's widely available through your website, through all the links, Amazon,
HMV. Apple Music's great. It's only $4.99 on Apple Music.
Yeah,
the record we got is fantastic. It's great.
We saw your album in HMV with the alternative cover, just to give it a little bit of different aspect for the purchaser. So you're looking. You got the tour. You got some summer festival dates coming up. You're going up the hill.
We got the fabulous Steelhouse Festival with an awesome lineup that day. It's really exciting. Really good day of rock. And we've got Firestorm.
Up in Manchester.
Yeah, I think it's Cheshire, yeah.
Yeah.
And Stone Dead, which I've spoke to so many people who told me that festival was fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah,
We've never done that.
three good festivals, all run tightly, good reputations.
That's what we've heard, yeah. Yeah, we know Steel, we've been to Steelhouse.
Of course,
times,
yes.
so
And gone down an absolute treat. What do you see going beyond the summer? Do you want to take this, I think it's a growing maturity in your sound, through to a next album for next year, perhaps?
For sure, yeah. The immediate kind of plans that we're putting together is to get another tour together for the autumn time. Maybe definitely come back over here and hopefully hit up some cities that we didn't get the chance to play on this leg of the Sundowners tour. But yeah, creatively, we're always trying to keep continuing to write good songs, you know. So hopefully that's not going to dry up anytime soon. So yeah, we need somewhere for that creativity to go.
And the message to the fans is just keep following me, to coin a phrase.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, it's a serious relationship between a band and their supporters, and vice versa, and we don't ever take it for granted, and we appreciate that. It's times are tough out there, but we also appreciate that rock fans are the most dedicated, most positive, energetic fans on the planet, and we can't do it without them. So,
well, thank you very much, gentlemen, for your time.
Thank you.
And your chat.
You're very
Micki,
welcome.
Cormac, very much appreciated, gents.
Pleasure, man.
Cheers, man.
Best wishes.
All right.